Bella, welcome to Bella Uncinetto. I'm Christina, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. Today, we are going to do a book look of this amazing book, Crocheting the National Parks by Krista-Ann. I did a Happy Mail video on this a while back. I got several books all at once. This one, Holiday Amigurumi, Crochet Socks, and then I got the National Parks Amigurumi kit as well. And I'm just trying to share some information with you all. This is 20 patterns for accessories, home decor, plushies, and more inspired by natural wonders. So I am going to kind of walk you through the book. That's what a book look is all about. And we'll see how we go. So there's a map of the national parks, tips for crocheting while traveling, East Coast, West Coast, some techniques and abbreviations. That's the table of contents. Okay. Okay. So this is a map of the national parks. And then the ones that are bolded are the ones that have patterns. Okay. And just I really love the graphics in this book. So this is the East Coast section, but this is very picturesque to me. So I realize it's not an actual image, right? Like a picture, but it still evokes a good feeling for me, like because this is the same style. And the picture, where'd it go? This right here is the same kind of style, right? I like those kinds of things. All right, so the first one is the Acadia Sunrise Bag. And it says Acadia is the first national park to see the sunrise on a new day. It's in Maine. So I like that. It also has the difficulty levels here. But that is this way. That's a beautiful bag. Right, and there is an actual image of the park there. Congaree, if I'm saying that correctly, is in South Carolina. And then, so each of these photos are the inspiration photos. So these are leg warmers, and the trees, the cypress trees, inspired these leg warmers. Dry Tortuga National Park. Plant holder. That's cute. I like this different take in that it's not just an amigurumi, but you have the amigurumi pieces and then the shell is the actual plant holder. Again, look at these. This is just beautiful to me. So this is an amigurumi. So this is the Everglades alligator. That's cute. Great Smoky Mountains Firefly dish towel. That's so cute. So I've actually been to this national park. It's really lovely. Indiana Dunes sun hat. And the picture here of the flower is a pitcher's thistle. Okay. The Shenandoah Gone hiking pillow. Ah, okay. Okay. And then we get to the West Coast. It's just so pretty. Badlands, Prairie Dog. Oh, that's so cute. Bryce Canyon Hoodoo socks. And these are the hoodoos here. So you can see how the socks were inspired by that landform. I actually did an activity. So I don't know when you're going to see this, okay? But on the day that I'm filming this, I actually did an activity with some fourth graders where we did a breakout box. And if you don't know what a breakout box is, you have these locks that are on the box, and they have codes and puzzles that they have to figure out in order to solve it to get the lock off so that they can break out. And inside there's a bigger box, and then inside the bigger box there's a smaller box. And they had to do landforms, rocks, and soils. That was the theme of the breakout box. So I had to develop clues. That's part of my job, is I have to look at the curriculum, right, and come up with these different things that teachers request of me to make. So like every day is a new puzzle, right, which is pretty cool. Like I like it as a job, right. That's not the only thing that I do, but that is part of my job, is coming up with the differentiation structures and curriculum pieces, and helping them learn how to do those things. So we had to do the breakout box, and the kids were having to figure out which landforms formed the word for this clue, because I took all the well, not all of the landforms, but I took a lot of the landforms and created a word from that was the answer. But the word was not related to the landforms, but I had to make a word, right, in order, because it was an alphabet lock. They lost their minds because the excuse me, the hoodoo was one of the letters, and it wasn't a form that they had studied really well, but it was in the book. So they were like, "Why did you use that? We didn't study that." And their teacher was like, "Yes, we did. You just weren't listening." And I was like, doesn't matter what age you are. Teachers talking, kids aren't always listening. So anyway, it just reminded me of that. Again, look at this. I can't show you but look at that. It's so pretty. Part of the pattern was on the other page. Grand Canyon wall hanging. So what kind of... Okay. Sorry, I was just trying to see what kind of pattern this was. But this is the Grand Canyon wall hanging. I was trying to see if it was like tapestry or overlay mosaic, or I was like, I don't know what it is. I'm not going to tell you what it is. But Grand Teton, I always think, my brain gets confused on how to say that. Paw print picnic roll. This is cute. This is cute. I like this. Bear paws. Great Basin stargazing pillow. Okay. Okay, so there's no major cities. So it's remote and you can see some beautiful things in the sky. Caught my grizzly cup cozy. Oh my goodness. So this is in Alaska. This is cute. Even with the fish. Even with the fish. Olympic Grand Fur fingerless mitts. Oh, those are pretty. Pretty. Oh, wow. Those are pretty. Definitely. That's difficulty level experienced there. Petrified Forest Colors Cowl. That's nice. Redwood Tree Rings coaster set. I like that there's a mix of elements in here. So it's not just a whole bunch of wearables, but it's also not just a whole bunch of really difficult things. Rocky Mountain mittens. Those are really cute. I don't really have the need to wear a lot of mittens, but they're cute. Saguaro at sunset blanket. Oh, okay. There's a whole blanket. Okay, sorry, I just get looking at. There's so many different. There's so many different options. Like, not options. That's the wrong word. There's so many different ways in here that they're doing things. I'm just curious as to how it works. Yellowstone Grand Prismatic Crossbody Bag. I like that stitch. That's really pretty. Yosemite Waterfall Scarf. Oh my. I like the upper part of this, but I mean, I know that this part here is like the water rushing down I would not want to wear that anywhere near my body or my skin. It's a texture. It's a texture thing. It has nothing to do with the pattern. I would maybe do that differently if I was making that. I like the scarf. I like the idea. I wouldn't add all of that yarn on there. That's just personal preference. It has nothing to do with the pattern. I didn't even look at the pattern. I'm just saying I would not. I would not do it that way. Even if the pattern called for it, which it does. Okay, so that was the last one. And then there's abbreviations, some techniques, stitches. And then these are all of the contributors. Yeah. So some of these patterns were written by these lovely people. Right, and then about the author is here. Okay. So that is a walk through this book. What items would you choose? Which ones were your favorite? Have you been to any of the national parks in America? If you've been, I know some of my viewers are not from America and have never been to America, uh, and that's okay. Just if you could go to a national park, which national park would you want to go to? Is there a national park you would want to avoid? um, I'm getting ready because I'm going to switch this camera off and then I'm going to film the Label My Library right after. That way I can have both of them done and then slot them in where I need them to be because I'm trying to do some things for some time that I'm going to be out. But I still want to hang out with you all and share these cool things with you. But I wanted to prepare myself. So, let me know what your favorites were. Let me know if any of the national parks that are in here you've been to that have patterns, or if you've been to a national park that didn't have a pattern. And if you've never been to a national park, which one would you go to? So with that, I'm going to leave you. And until I see you again, be well, be safe, and be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella.